Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm enjoying the beautiful weather out here in my sunroom. You may hear a little noise in the background. We not only live on a highway, but the natives are restless. My son is outside playing around, and I was just hearing what I think sounded like some kind of Indian call or something, so I really don't know what to expect with this video. Just be warned. Now, as you can see from my title, I'm going to be decorating my kitchen in kind of a farmhousey style, but it's not going to be an in-your-face farmhouse, more of a cottagey farmhouse. Now, having 5 cats and a dog doesn't exactly make up a farmhouse, right? So I went to Hobby Lobby and I found a chicken and I found this cow picture. So I feel like I'm getting a little closer. Now, as we get closer to Easter, I'm going to be decorating my kitchen again, at least that is the plan, for Easter. And so I have all different decor for that. So let's just jump right into the decorating. Okay, friends, so I tried using a tinted wax on the cabinets there on the left above the sink. I don't like how it turned out. I have tried taking it off, but I'm going to have to try harder. I'm probably going to have to paint my cabinets eventually. But anyway, ignore that little issue. Here is my kitchen cleaned and ready for decorating. I'm starting off with my coffee bar, which goes in this corner. And as you can see, I'm bringing out my 2-tiered shelf, which I used last fall and Christmas. And to that, I'm adding this bowl. This was a recent find from Amazon. I'll link it if you're interested. But what really drew me to it was the wicker handle detail. I just think that is so pretty. And I'm going to use it to put my hot cocoa and coffee pods. I had just restocked the marshmallows from my Valentine coffee bar, so I'm just carrying those over. And then I thought I would add these mint flavored chocolate chunks. They're just a great value Walmart store brand, but they are really, really good quality, I think. These 2 matching jars were a thrift find, but I'm pretty sure I have seen them at the Dollar Tree or something definitely similar. I don't know why it even matters to me, but I wanted to switch these around so I could look at my mint chocolate chips. I'll tell you what I like about those mint chocolate chips. Sorry, side commercial, but the mint is very mellow. If you've ever had Andes chocolates, and I like Andes chocolates, but sometimes the mint is just a little too sharp. It's just too much. And so in this case, these chocolate chips, they're subtle and they're mellow, and like the mint is just a perfect blend with the chocolate. And then I decided to do something a little different from my usual. I usually use paper napkins, but I decided to use this towel from Walmart. It's the Better Homes and Gardens brand. And you know me, I have to have my candy because a coffee bar wouldn't be complete without it. So I have some Snickers candy bars here. Did you know that Snickers candy bars are supposedly the most popular candy bar? I heard that recently. I don't know if it's true, but I definitely like them. Next, I'm going to bring out some sweet tart jelly beans. Now, I would have had 4 packages of these. However, before we left the house the other day, I did my normal ritual of closing my bedroom door to keep the dog out. But what I did not know is that she was actually on the opposite side of the bed on the floor, so I did not see her. So instead of locking her out, I locked her in. And what did she do while she was in there? Well, apparently she got bored and she found the jelly beans on my nightstand. When we got home and opened the bedroom door, my daughter's like, she looks kind of guilty. But honestly, I was just glad she didn't get into my chocolate because I know that that's way worse for dogs. I mean, granted, I've never personally seen a dog get really sick from chocolate, but I've always heard it could be really bad. This vase was from Amazon. Now, when it first arrived at my home, I looked at it and I thought, that is never going to work with my home. And so I even set it aside next to a couple other things that I plan to return. But the more I looked at it, the more I started to like that earthy tone. And I think it works in my kitchen. So I found some greenery that I had. Literally, this is just some pieces that I had random around the house. And then I added the little nest to it for spring, and I think it works. Sometimes the best things in life aren't planned, right? Next, I'm going to put my little cow picture from Hobby Lobby in front of my cutting board. It looks like it's metal, but it isn't. But nevertheless, I think it's really cute. I've never really been a fan of cow pictures, but for whatever reason, that one really got me. So this is my completed spring coffee bar for 2024. In just a moment, we'll move on to my open shelves and the rest of my kitchen. But you know, I always like to share my favorite things with you guys. So I feel like I have to share my favorite oatmeal raisin cookie recipe. The secret ingredient is putting in the mix. Yes, I am telling you, this is the best ever oatmeal raisin cookie. Here's a quick clip of me making them. You may notice in this that I'm not using my KitchenAid mixer, and let me tell you why. I think it can be very therapeutic mixing your cookies by hand. In fact, up until the last couple years, I mixed everything by hand. Well, except maybe whipped cream, but you know, everything else. And when my stepdaughter was growing up, I taught her that you don't use a mixer for cookies because you can't stir the love in that way. It has to be done by hand. Of course, the reality was we couldn't afford a fancy mixer. But what's funny too is that to this day, she's in her 20s and she always wants to mix her cookie dough by hand. Oh, and one little side note, could you tell what classic TV show I was watching when I made those cookies? If you know it, let me know in the comments, or if you don't want to give it away, just do a TV emoji. I found these wicker wraps on Amazon recently and they fit perfectly around the glasses that I already had, so I will link them if you're interested. I apologize for all the shadows. The sun went behind the clouds, and so I was depending almost solely on my light stands that I have set up, and it's really hard to get them just right at the right angles. I'm going to use these grape plates, but nobody's going to be able to see the grape design on them. And then for more of a farmhousey look, I added some fake eggs to this colander. This picture came from Hobby Lobby, and to that I'm adding this faux greenery from Amazon. I like the fact that it trails, but it does look a little fake because it's so shiny. So this is my completed shelf. I think it gives a pretty good nod to the farmhouse look. I'd love to know what you think. If you're wondering, there originally was glass doors over this area, but I removed them and I'll probably put them back again at some point. Or we might end up remodeling my kitchen. I don't know, we'll see. I'm still talking to my husband. He's not one who's real quick to change things. He and I were raised very differently because my parents always changed things and remodeled. So to me, that's normal, but you know, everybody's different. He wants to make me happy, so that's the bottom line, isn't it? To the soap, I'm just going to add this vase from Hobby Lobby. It came with the flowers in it. And then I'm just adding this little scrub brush and calling it good. So nothing super fancy. And then I'm adding my little cookbook stand. I thrifted the cookbook stand from Goodwill. I see those a lot now. But anyway, to that I added the Magnolia Table cookbook and this ceramic bunny from TJ Maxx. It looks like wood, but I think it's ceramic. Either way, it's definitely not wood. And now I'm on the other side of the kitchen where I have this Kirkland's lantern. And to that, I'm just adding a greenery wreath, a little riser, and then a candle. To kind of, again, give a nod to the farmhouse look, I'm going to add these beads. I still like to use beads. Do you still use beads? I don't know. I think there's a place for them. And then I'm also going to add this little nest for spring. I really like this deep purple vase that I found at Hobby Lobby on clearance, but because again I'm doing the farmhouse look, I thought this white pitcher would work better for our purposes today. I don't know why the rolling pin decided to give me so much grief because I know I've had it in here like this before without any problems. But anyway, such is life, right? Now, I recently found this salt and pepper grinder from Walmart. It's the first time I've owned a grinder salt and pepper shaker, and call me easily amused, but I think they're kind of fun. So every time my family turns around, I'm like, would you like some salt and pepper on that? So if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that I only have 2 bunnies in my kitchen for early spring. But don't worry, when we get closer to Easter, I will have bunnies all over the place. And as you can see, I dug out my farmhouse bread box from my decor room. I haven't had that out for quite a while. And then on the table here, I'm keeping it really simple with this bowl from Hobby Lobby with the scalped edges and then some fruit in it. I hope you don't mind that I decorated the area above my refrigerator and pantry off camera this time. It's just kind of a pain to try filming while you're going up and down on a chair. You can see where my rooster ended up, and he's supposed to kind of look like he's looking out the window. Now I just wanted to give you one last peek on how everything turned out, and then in about a minute I'm going to conclude this video sitting in my sunroom. It looks like the sun came out again, so yay for that. We are supposed to get snow again tonight, so in Wisconsin you can have one day that's 65 and the next day it could be 20. You just never know. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, would you please give it a like? I'd really appreciate that. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. As you can see, I added a candle also at the end on my stovetop. That's from Hobby Lobby, last year's spring collection. I don't know if they have them this year. I haven't seen them yet. You may have noticed all the fruit that I have out on the counter and on the table. I'm definitely trying to eat healthier now, and I feel like if it's in my face, I'm more likely to eat it because the thought is being suggested to my brain more often. If you enjoyed this video, would you please give it a like? That really helps my channel. And if you didn't enjoy this video, would you give it a like anyway? Help a girl out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you are interested in content like this, I invite you to subscribe because I would love to see you in my upcoming videos. That's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, stay thankful.